So it's been a while. I've just really been waiting on the Lord about a lot of things, and lately I've been feeling that He's been giving me an open door to share some things. Not really saying, okay, share at this time, but more of a just a green light to go. And so here I am going. Um, I was gonna try to do like little small series of dreams. I've had quite a few um, dreams and visions. So I was gonna try to make each dream my own video because I don't want to be too long of these things and me explaining it. Um, so with no further ado, here I go. I had a dream this year. Uh, I think it was January 30th, and in this dream, I'm looking at my notes right now. Uh, it was nighttime. In this dream, uh, my mom, my dad, and I were all together in a trailer home. In this whole dream, everyone was in the trailer home. No one had a house. Everybody was in the trailer home. And they were kind of clustered together. Some were kind of spaced out. Um, the road was gravel. It wasn't really, well, there were some parts that were cement, but it was like a trailer park. Everyone had one. Everyone did. Um, so we were all in the beginning of this dream. We were all uh, me, my mom, and my dad, and there were some other people there, but they were just friendly to us. It seemed like we knew them, but I had no clue who these people are in real life. I've never seen them, and we were talking, having a good time, just chit chatting, and then the scene changed to where um, I was shown the neighborhood or everyone's trailer, and I could see on everyone's trailer there was like a hook on it. It was like a long rope with um, a hook attached to it on the top of everyone's trailer, even the ones we were at. Um, and I didn't understand why that was there in the dream. Um, but then the next scene changed to where I saw that, and then the next scene changed to where all of us were walking at night. It was pitch black at night. I could still see, I assumed street lights were on, but I had clear vision. It wasn't like I couldn't see anything. I saw it clearly. Me, my mom, my dad, and this other person. I don't know who this other person was. They were friendly. They were kind of oblivious to things. And you'll see why when I continue with the dream. Um, but we were walking through this neighborhood, and we were the only ones outside. We were the only ones. No one else. We didn't see anyone else, and it wasn't like we were looking for anyone else. We were just walking around. And when the dream scene changed again, um, oh yeah, I saw. So the scene changed, and I saw a helicopter. I saw this helicopter fly in over this neighborhood we were in, and this helicopter hovered over someone's trailer home, and I saw the woman inside the trailer home, and she was. I could see inside her trailer home, and that there wasn't much furniture. It wasn't much of anything. Like she didn't have a couch, and she was sitting on a mat with her legs crossed, just sitting there. I think she might have been meditating. I don't know. It wasn't like yoga or anything, but she was sitting there. And what happened next? She was sitting there, and all of a sudden, the helicopter drops down like a hook to hook onto her hook of her trailer home on her roof. And so the helicopter hooks onto her, hook on the trailer of her roof, and then let me see. The helicopter like violently. It's like the best way to explain how the action happened was um, it was like someone fishing for someone, fishing for a fish, and you know how you yank the fish and you gotta let it go and then you yank it again. Well, this was like a violent yank. That's the best way to explain it. It was a violent yank on her home where she was being tossed back and forth. She was literally being tossed like a rag doll. And I was watching, I was like, my goodness, she's being just brutally, violently taken away. There was no mercy, there was no gentleness, there was no calmness. It was violent. Um, and oh, and when her trailer home was being taken away violently, no one else came outside. It didn't seem to startle anybody, even though it was so terrible. No one else was even startled out of their home. And when I say our trailer homes were so clustered together, it was like side by side. It was within 10 to 20 feet. You saw it. Um, you saw the other home, and and no one woke up. No lights came on or anything. What happened next? Oh yeah. The that man, it was a man. He was tall, he had brown hair, he was Caucasian, he was dressed fine, he was friendly. He was just kind of oblivious. He wasn't really in the know. He wasn't awake, you could say, for better lack of words. And the man said to me, as we were watching this, her get taken away, like we saw her go out of view and she was gone. Um, she said, oh, sorry, he said, she will be okay. And in my heart in this dream, I remember I was like, man, she's not going to be okay where she's going. I knew in that dream she was not going to be okay. That where she was going, it was very likely a bad place and something bad was about to happen to her. And I kept saying to this man, I was like, I hope so, because I believe she was in trouble. And the interesting thing is, when I said I hope so, he said it again. He was like, no, no, she'll be okay. She'll be okay. And I was like, I hope so. And that's all I said. I kept saying that because I knew in the pit of my heart it wasn't going to be okay for her. And then that was the end of the dream. And so with this dream, I was praying on this and I was seeking the Lord on this. And you guys may have some revelation from the Holy Spirit on this. But I instantly thought, the military coming against certain people, like certain ones, or government, I should say, not military, but more of the government. And we already know how the government really doesn't care about much of anyone but themselves. And as far as the woman, I felt like I had to really think about this and pray about it. But I think like she was a foolish virgin, because she was comfortable in her earthly home, I wrote down, and she was caught unaware. She seemed that she didn't seem to have much furniture, meaning like she didn't have much worldly possessions in her home, but um, she didn't seem to be ready. She wasn't aware. She wasn't watching. She wasn't even alerted. She was caught off guard, not understanding the signs of the times is what I was getting from that. And she was taken captive. She was honestly taken captive. Um, and as far as me, my mom, and my dad, and that other man, we were on the outside. We were the only ones outside. I said, maybe this is because we were outside, as far as meaning like we knew this wasn't our home. Like this wasn't where we belonged and where we had any possession in materialistic sense, but in our hearts we had no possession, no allegiance to this place, and we weren't caught off aware. We were watching what was literally going on in the night, in the darkness. What was being revealed in the darkness was shown to us, only to us, because no one else woke up. What else? It's kind of like, how Jesus says, I come in a thief in the night? Well, the more and more God shows me Satan's ways, he reveals to me the enemy's plans. As a soldier for God, as a soldier for Christ, we need to know it. This is a war. This isn't something to play around with. And so, God, if you ask Him and you seek Him and you let Him teach you, He will show you the plans of the enemy, when he's going to attack, how he attacks, and what he does. Because this is an all-out war we're in. Um, and so He shows me a lot of times what He does. And why I said, why I mentioned the thief in the night is because even Satan tries to mimic that. He will, and he does. But it's in his own twisted, evil, disgusting way. But he will contort and twist and try to twist every verse of the Bible in his own image, in his own way, so he can look like God in his own way and get back at the real one true God, Jesus. And so what I'm saying is the beast system, the antichrist system will try to come and take captive of people in the night like a thief, but in an evil way, to take them FEMA camps, wherever they want to take them. And so I think that this was God showing me, here comes Satan mimicking another of God's actions and prophecies of coming in thief tonight to take his people captive to heaven. The beast system, the governments who pledge allegiance to Satan, will be taking people captive other places. But yeah,